Ah, yes. PAX East 2017. 17. This Ren and Stimpy music has come in handy so many times. Man. God. I couldn't find a high-quality logo for PAX East 2017. It's just, there's no, like, the best size I got is like 600 by 400. So we'll just leave it at that. PAX. Alright, well, this is an IRL stream, I guess. I don't really know how else to classify this, but welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I was playing Zelda for a few hours before, so you can watch that if you're looking for Zelda. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with my Magnum-sized logo at PAX. I have some stories that I'm sure I'll remember as I go along. Sometimes when you just open your mouth and say words, the rest of the words follow, and you can actually do good things. If not, then you just spew shite for 3 hours, like I usually do. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we'll be on the good side of the tracks tonight. I have some video footage I can show you, too. And I can share some experiences, so I'm going to do that. Now, let's talk about games. I played 0 games at PAX. I played Zelda in the hotel. So, let's clarify that. I've seen games at PAX on a number of occasions, and this PAX was no different. I saw plenty of video games that looked pretty cool, and I saw just over-the-top, horrendous displays of grandeur and narcissism in the form of statues and giant booths, idols to false gods. So it was a good time overall. I got a lot of business cards, and I met a lot of people, and I also had a chance to enjoy the convention. Now, I usually do videos. Last year I didn't, because it didn't come out that good. I just didn't have anything funny or interesting to show you, so I didn't make a video. But this year, what I did was I actually enjoyed this convention a lot because I wasn't pressured to interview people, and I wasn't feeling like I had to take footage. I actually enjoyed the con a lot, and the reason for that is I didn't film like I usually do. But I do have footage that I can tell you about, and we can do this kind of podcast style. And that'll make it, I think, from this point forward, you know, much more interesting and fun for me. I drove up. It was a good drive. Hit traffic around Manhattan. I listened to podcasts. I talked about this the other day. Conspiracy podcasts, video game stuff, you know, just trash, whatever. And I kind of got there pretty late. And the first night I got into this horrendously lavish hotel because that's all that was available. Like, Jeff reserved some rooms, Vigibump, and I didn't get a room because I waited too long. And so I had to take that room. Now, wasn't too expensive for one person in a hotel room. I guess he booked it early enough that it was a really good deal. But this thing was just like, it was the Langham. It was so fucking lavish, and they had like just every form of comfort, barring a bidet and a personal massage assistant. And yet I felt so out of place at a place like that. It was just very lavish for me. I don't need that much. I just need a bed and a TV and an outlet to charge my phone. And I didn't bring my charger, so I had to charge my phone through my laptop. Not a good time, but I managed. Yeah, so someone just said stopped watching Power Rangers for this. I'm so sorry. Go back to Power Rangers. Yeah, so that was my experience at the hotel. And then the first night I went and got some food, just walked around the city. The weather was still not garbage yet. It was like 40 as opposed to 15. And so I was able to kind of explore the financial district. I love Boston. It is a very cool city. It looks nice. The people there are the salt of the earth. And when I say that, I mean talking about fucking people in fucking cardboard boxes, fucking animals, ruining my fucking city. Actual Lyft driver. True story. And then, yeah, I went and got some food, got a whiskey, And then met up with Jeff and a few people came to my hotel. Marissa, Gil, RMC, and Death Metal Mom. They all came. We just kind of hung out and talked and stuff, and it was cool. It was an easy, chill first night, and then Zelda in bed. Then the next morning, I wake up and fucking insanity. Let me show you a little bit of this insanity. Now, this is not from the first day, but ignore this. Well, it's nice, but it has nothing to do with PAX. So this is what it looks like when you go down. You know, you just start. Sorry for the shaky cam. This camera does not do well with movement. I think I have to get a new camera for the next convention I go to, because this one's starting to show its age a little bit. Just the movement is so zip. But yeah, it's massive. This is the biggest one in terms of show floor real estate. It's just a swarm of people. This was my second day, and right to the right is Bethesda, and there's Twitch. There's like a Twitch private lounge that you could go to, and you can raid the fridge and get gamer fuel. Now they had some good stuff, but all the good stuff was out. So whenever I went there, it was just gone. But yeah, I mean, for people who don't like being in crowds, this is not something you want to do, because it's like this most of the convention. Don't even. They just film people. They play video games over at Twitch. You can see at my ISO is just way too high. I think I'm adjusting it. Here we go. Hang on. They're playing ARMS. Yeah, I had to figure out how to like lower the ISO, and then I did. So there's ARMS. Ah, too low. I've heard good things about ARMS. People were saying that ARMS was cool as fuck, and well, you can. I didn't notice that while I was filming. That dude was really getting into it, whoever that was. And there's the traffic cone. That was definitely one of my favorite parts of PAX. But yeah, it's actually, people were saying it's pretty good. There's a little depth to it. And, you know, you just punch with arms. Look at this. Oh, you're gonna love this. Check out this shitty Mario. Oh my god, Mario, you're waving! How do you get to do that with gloves that big? And this is the Nintendo section. They had a diner, which I couldn't get a better shot of, but you could just go there and take pictures and play the Switch. It's set up like Mario's diner. This whole area was totally packed. It was annoying trying to walk past the Nintendo area, but yeah, they had some super cool dudes tossing out t-shirts, fellow kids. And also calling out people to join in with the fun. And they had what looked like cross-sections of an airplane. Yeah. Very strange, but effective, I guess, to demonstrate the portability. So they had switches set up like on the seats, you know, like you just sit there and play, and it looked like you were in an airplane. So at least it was creative, and they were giving out some stuff that I never got, because fuck them. Some more footage. Churros are coming back. Adult Swim had a bunch of stuff. There's me adjusting the ISO. Clicky. And this is like kind of a spot where the smells started to dissipate a bit. I don't know why I'm doing a Dutch angle. Just tilting the camera for no reason. Here's footage that I have no reason to have captured whatsoever. But the Rick and Morty VR game was there. You can't even really see what's going on. Doesn't matter. You could do anything. You sneak up behind that dude, pickpocket him if you needed to, and just he wouldn't know because he would think it's Rick. I got some more footage of Strafe, Devolver Digital. I'm a big fan of obviously, of their work. I've played a lot of Gungeon. I've played Shadow Warrior 2. That's all Devolver. I love what they do, and I ended up buying one of my only things that I bought. Like, one of my only purchases was a little bullet fella. So, yeah, I still got him in the thing. It's like a bullet from Gungeon, and he's got like a little gun. I signed one for someone. They're pretty good. Just more shit that I don't need. All right. There's your ASMR opening. So, before I go on to the next footage, I'll tell you a little bit more about some other stuff. I don't want to run out of footage. You know, I'm gonna pace out the footage a bit. It was kind of like, again, the miserable weather, and it just makes me crazy that they keep doing this convention in March every other year, when in April it's wonderful. But you didn't want to be outside because it felt like knives piercing your skin. But I ended up doing a few things outside of the convention. Like I said, that first night was just kind of low-key. The second night, however, we had a Twitch party I was lucky to be a part of briefly. And I had a, pretty decent time there. That's where I got my Twitch cigar. I don't even smoke cigars. Maybe I should right now. Smell up my entire apartment. Yeah! It was not my kind of party. It was like at a club. It was called like Filth or Guilt or something like that. I think it was Guilt. Club Shame. And we're there. It was Jeff and Marissa and I, and we just kind of hung out. We talked to Squishy and some other folk. Squishy's a good dude. Squishy's a very good dude. But we couldn't hear each other, and the drinks were free, but I'm not much of a drinker anyway. I kind of had, oh man, they had these like gamer drinks. I wasn't into them, man. It was like, they had like names of things, like the Mass Effect. You know what I mean? The Last of Us, like shit like that. And it was just these blue drinks that were like way too sweet or way too sour. And I just wasn't into them. So I only had one drink. And then Squishy and I got dinner, but that's a different story. We were starving. There was no food there. But yeah, it was just loud. And that's the thing. Like, I kind of went just because it was nice to be invited. But I mean, Future Man was there. I got a chance to say hello to him. I met Andy Milanakis there. If you don't know who that is, I'm not even going to bother explaining again. But I got a chance to talk to him and told him about Vinesauce a little bit. He told me about some of his shenanigans, some of his goals on Twitch. He seemed like a really cool dude, and I hope he succeeds and does fucked up shit, but doesn't get kicked off of Twitch. I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, it was a pretty, it was a nice attempt. And I guess we were supposed to mingle, but I mean, it was too loud, and I'm not one to get on the dance floor. I mean, you look at me, you think I'm a fucking dancing machine. I know, but that's not me. I'm not one to just jump on there and be like, hey, how you doing? What's your channel? Yeah, check it out. I'm Vinesauce. That's not me. So I kind of just talked to people I knew, talked to a few programmers at Twitch, and they were like telling me how they approach solving their problems. And they told me how various things have popped up. Like, for example, the issue with the notifications. They told me how they kind of handle problems, how they try to fix things, and yet, some things just keep popping up, and they just keep fixing them, and new things pop up. It seems like they're busy, is what I'm trying to say. They're not just sitting there with their thumbs up their butts. From what I understand from the people I met, they work really, really hard, and they do listen to feedback. So that was good to know. Now, if only they could fix my Better Twitch TV add-on that is not officially created, I would be happy. And yeah, I guess that was about that for that night. There really wasn't a whole lot else going on. The Lyft drivers were funny. I was telling you guys the other night about the cab driver. It was like, these fucking animals ruining my city. Like, I guess he thought I was one of him, whatever that means. And he was telling me all this stuff. Like, a Lyft driver is supposed to be really, like, chill. You know, they're supposed to be neutral. They want to get that 5-star rating. They want to get a good tip. This guy's like, what are you doing in town? I was like, oh, I'm just covering the event. He's like, you're covering the event, huh? You see these people in fucking cardboard boxes dressed like fucking animals? And then I think, well, here's the thing. I'm not sure if he was saying they were dressed like animals or if they were animals for being in his city. I just don't know, because he was saying it and with so much anger, and he was saying it quickly, and I don't know what I caught. But now fucking animals is part of my lexicon thanks to this dude. I was like, oh, no, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I also was trying to explain to him that it's not that bad, and it's actually a good time, and there's a lot of nice people in there, and he didn't want to have any of that. He was like, guys, fucking traffic on Summer Boulevard, whatever it's called. You know, he's telling me about all the traffic and all the people he's picked up, and he was like, gotta make a buck, though, you know? He was looking at my school bag. He's like, what do you got in there, costume? I was like, no. This is the worst Boston accent you'll ever hear, but that's not the point. The anger is the point. I gave him 5 stars. I gave the guy 5 stars. He's, you know, we're talking like, this guy's like in his 50s. He's doing Lyft because he just wants to make a few extra bucks, you know, and he just is sick of his city being overrun by nerds. 5 stars. Unbelievable. So that was a lot of fun. I told him I was from New York, and he was like railing the Yankees. I was like, I'm not really a baseball guy. He was like, yeah, but the Yankees, you know, come on, it's all about the Red Sox. It's all about the Red Sox. Fuck the Yankees. I said, yep, yeah, fuck them. You're right. Absolutely. 5 stars. So that was definitely fun. It was fun to get, and there were a lot of Lyft drivers. I got like a few Lyft drivers that were my age or younger, and they were fine. I mean, they were just what you'd expect from generic driver human being that doesn't want to say anything wrong. But some of the more Boston guys just did not give a fuck. So, yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at some more footage before I tell you more stories, if I have any. I don't know. We'll see what comes to mind. It's not really a whole lot to see in this footage, but I mean, whatever. Blurry lady. So, it was kind of set up, I don't even know what the fuck game this is for, actually, but I thought the booth was cool. There's masks. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. What if you just take a mask off the wall? This is one of those blasphemous idols that I have told you about. I think this was for a game called Earthfall. Yep, it says it right there. Still do not know what Earthfall is. Assuming it has nothing to do with Titanfall. Oh, check it out, guys. Whoa! Esports merch! Esports merch! Esports merch! Esports merch! Esports merch! Esports merch! Then, here's just a look at the tabletop. It's a big tabletop section. You free play and just do whatever you want. They sold a lot of cool stuff, lots of cards and stuff like that, if you're into it. You like 15,000-sided die? You could buy it here. Give you an example of what one of these vendors look like, because, you know, the booth is just loaded. There's just so much stuff, you know? I don't buy any of that stuff, though, sadly, because I guess I don't have any need for it. But I thought it was cool. Here's the Yacht Club booth. You know, it was, again, nice that I didn't have to do any interviews this year. I just didn't feel like it. But they were busy. I already interviewed the Yacht Club games anyway. But there they are playing Spectre Knight. Not that I need to show you footage of it. I'm fucking streaming it currently. But, oh yeah, and everything is overpriced in the merch booths. 25 bucks for a t-shirt. I mean, you know, granted, you're 20 bucks for a lot of things. Esports merch! And, you know, it was, you know, they had a pretty good booth. I was gonna get a little footage of the Zelda booth, I got some. And then there was a dude wearing giant fucking hats. I guess they were playing 1-2 switch. Traffic cone. Here was a really good cosplay. I actually saw this reposted from other people on Twitter. Let's take a look at this one. This is Gerald of Riviera. Look at that. What game is he from? That's right. The Witch. Hmm? You got to admit, that is a good Geralt. Of Rivia. Or as people in chat are saying, is it Old Link? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Someone made a physical Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong? I don't even really know how it works. It has something to do with fluid and paint. I could not figure it out. No one could. But someone, I guess, made games involving tubes and ink. Whatever, move on. And then I'll show you probably one of the most bizarre games. So, this is Bobby Throne Ministries, made by the soda drinker guy. And in this game, you try to make money from your, yeah, that kid. See that kid? This kid right here? He was, like, seizuring on the floor when I got there. On the floor seizuring. I thought he was having, like, real problems. I seriously thought, like, someone needed to call the cops. Other people were just staring at him. And... yeah. Vinny, that was a water-cooled PC made to look like a DK arcade cabinet. Cool. But yeah, he wasn't actually seizuring. What he was doing was... Will, from Soda Drinker, was trying to pump him up for Bobby Throne, you know, for his people. And he got possessed by Satan, and he started freaking out on the floor, and people were looking around. There was like a big group of people around him. Then we're talking, and he's like, you know, Will was like, oh, this is Vinny from Vinesauce. And the kid knew who I was. And he shook my hand, and he just like was going crazy, and he was reciting memes. He had too much caffeine. I think he was really just hitting the pixie sticks a little too hard, or something, or cocaine. I don't know how young these kids start these days, but it was insane. And then he came to the booth later, and I met him, and yeah, he seemed like a nice kid, though. I said, hello, little one. You are a good child. Why did you seizure? And I had to, like, tell him to chill the fuck out a few times, because he was going a little mental. But it was, anyway, that has nothing to do with the Bobby Throne game. From what I understand, you play as either Bobby Throne, who says stuff to his flock, and you change the cameras and you try to, like, get the most dynamic experience possible so that your televangelist looks as good as possible. And you also have to, like, choose the correct lines and interact with him. When this game is further along, I'm actually going to have it on the stream. And, yeah. I'll let you know all about it. Very, very strange game. And, I would not expect anything less. Oh god, look at that face from Soda Drinker Pro Guy. Who I've become somewhat friends with, actually. He's a really nice dude. He invited me to a little party at the Laugh Boston, which is right next to the convention center, on, like, the first night. And there's arcades there, and yeah, it was cool. It's actually a very chill, good time. And the funny thing about this, the Bobby Throne booth was pretty much right around the corner from the Jesus Gamer booth, which gives out pamphlets explaining how Jesus is, like, cool with gaming. And it's got, like, Jesus with a sick headset on for Xbox Live shit talking. Right around the corner. And then here's a game about making money. He said that the religion was made up, though. It wasn't Christianity. So, you know, it's a totally unique, brand new religion invented specifically for this game that in 100 years will be misinterpreted, and it'll be a real religion. Real religion. SteamWorld Dig 2. I'm extremely excited for this. Here you can see it is a game that you play as SteamWorld and you dig. That's all I got. Now, I'm a big fan of SteamWorld Dig. I played the first one, completed it. SteamWorld Heist was amazing. Very cool. And SteamWorld Dig 2 looks awesome. It's a very much a Metroidvania type game. And I plan on streaming it. He says he's going to give me a bunch of keys to give away to the audience when it comes out. They're looking for a summer release date, but I don't know exactly when. So that's a series that I'm into, and I'll probably stream that game. Do you know about esports merch? Because I can tell you a little bit about esports merch. There's a lot of esports merch! There was a lot of, you just be walking by a booth, and it's just people commentating. It's really just a bizarre thing. Because you walk by, people are loudly commentating a game that has like 7 people watching. You know, a game you've never heard of. Then there's games like they were actually playing other stuff like Counter-Strike and Overwatch at some booths. And again, they had their own commentators. This esports thing really took off. And now they have it all over. Like, it's just you can't walk 20, 30 feet at PAX without setting your eyeballs on some kind of esports style announcement or thing. But, yep, a whole 7 people. Yeah. Like, I could tell there was a lot of games that wanted to be, like, copycats of Overwatch. And also copycats of, say, you know, Counter-Strike. Or just get somewhere with esports, because they see there's a market there. And you can tell the blatant ones right away. I can't give you names because I don't fucking remember them. But I can tell you that the games looked very suspect. And, of course, you go over there, they got a bunch of, like, things set up, and they're giving away, like, free fucking doodads and doohickeys and t-shirts so that you can play their game, and they can look like the people are playing their game. And then there's, like, announcers and commentary. Wow, that was a sweet move, Thad. What did you think of it? Well, you know, that was a really cool move, but I gotta tell you, he's going for the 7-4 strat. Unbelievable strategy. And it's like a kid who's never played the game before. And they're discussing, like, these fake strategies for a game that's not even out yet. That was my perception. Maybe I'm totally off base here, and if I am, I apologize. But that was my perception of what was happening. So, always a good time at PAX. Let's find out what this is. Oh, yeah. I found a game called Dink Lords. It's just a basketball game. Here's a game I'm probably going to be streaming soon. They had a little bit of a booth there. I found out that they developed this game in, like, the Blaster Master Zero. It's... I know it says Dunk Lords. Come on. Come the fuck on. They developed the game relatively quickly. And it's been getting a good reception, but the director over in Japan had a very strong passion for Blaster Master, and he was kind of making sure that they got it for launch window. And apparently, like, whenever they did something, the team did something that was a little un-Blaster Master-like, the director was like, no. And they went back and they redid it. And apparently it paid off. And the people at the booth, one of them, the guy Matt, was the localization. And he said that it went relatively smooth. It was hard work, but he feels like the whole game, they've done a bunch of games before, but the whole game just felt like it was really like streamlined. Like there was a goal, they did it, they achieved it, and it went really smooth, and there was a lot of positivity. And so, you know, here's a series like Blaster Master. I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know from experience, but here's a series that has had a few attempts at sequels, I think, and including an eShop title. never getting the original quite right. I mean, when I was a kid, Blaster Master was the shit. You know, it was almost up there with some of the Nintendo franchises. You'd think like Castlevania, Mega Man, Metroid, Blaster Master, and then it was kind of just not heard from very much again. So it's kind of suspect. Well, not suspect. Why do I keep saying that? It's kind of weird that the series just disappeared like that. I don't really know the history of the developer or the publisher. Or maybe there were other games, but I never fucking heard of them. And this one, it seems like Nintendo was like, here, let's do this. And so they did it. So, do you know about Esports merch? What else do we have here? So I couldn't find too much footage of this little game some of you maybe never heard of. But I did my best, but this guy was in the way. So this was the best you can get. Obviously, I did not care too much about filming things. Just, here's a screen. No one's playing it. It's fucking at a horrendous angle. The colors are terrible. No one's playing it. This is officially the worst con footage of my career. Let us absorb. Let's take it in. Terrible. And then the big zoom into the gameplay. Nothing's happening. I finally did it. I hit rock bottom. This, here's some more cool cosplays. Dead by Daylight. Did you hear that? What was that? What was it? What the fuck was that noise? Can someone explain what that noise was? Because I do not remember this noise while I was filming. Is that it? Wait, is that an in-game noise? That's the noise she makes in-game? What, she splorts like that? That's her thing in-game? Moist splurting? Ugh, it sounds like a wet fucking armpit fart. Well, I just did not notice that because the fucking show floor is so loud. But apparently my camera was like, yo, I'm gonna pick that shit up. And it did. So, you know, for your pleasure, here's the splort, the moist splort once again. See, oh, you see what happens? She touches his arm. How does that, wait, how does that work? Does he have like a computer on his arm? Now this footage also confuses me. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Okay. Get ready. Get ready for it. We got a hot fire mixtape coming your way. Okay, so here's what happened. Now, these dudes show up in Manhattan a lot. What they do is they hand you a CD. They say, "Oh, here you go. Have the hot fire mixtape." And then when you're like, "Oh, thanks," they're like, $10, please. And you're like, "Oh." So this dude said he was gonna earn our money. What he did was he gave it to Great Zot, who's in our lovely chat right now. Great Zot is he's a good dude, and he wanted to have this guy earn his money. So he was like, all right. So the dude says, I will freestyle, and I will earn that $10. So here it is.
Miss New Balance, so she don't need no sketcher. When I feel some flip, thank you for the piercing underneath your lip. Let's go. For the diva with the jacket, that zebra, I see ya. That's how I rush in. Keep it bouncing like Mario and the mushrooms. Boom. So the album's yours. Yep, make it connect at the CD. You're unfolded like these ladies was I Dream of Genies. Boom, I got the new play. Young lady, your hair, the bacon and Kool-Aid. The albums are yours. Thank you for your Nick Cannon when I'm rapping. All we need is a Mariah when I'm talking. Might be the reason why this brother just pulled out his wallet. Thank you. Then he put it in his back pocket. The flow, that's fancy. Pull up on the scene with the khaki and no Wolverine. Yep, that's how you rep for the thing. Son.
Yeah, you get that money.
Thank you. All right, he said, get the fuck out of here. Let me give you my handshake first. Boom. 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 Swan. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
That was actually pretty good.
That was Jeff was like, "That was actually pretty good." Yeah, you like that? Oh, fucking hot fire. He earned that $10. You could see, you could hear our reactions too. We were really into it. So yeah, it was okay. I mean, he did a good job, but he the way he did the CD scam was amazing, I have to say. I mean, that is, I've seen the CD scam happen a number of times while I was in the city, but I'd never seen it like that. That was smooth. That was smooth. He says after you hear this freestyle, the wallet's just gonna open itself, and it did. So that was probably the best PAX East experience I had, watching that guy rap. That son of a bitch. May he rest in peace wherever he lies. He's still alive. He's fine. So yeah, then the second night, I got invited to a YouTube gaming party, and I talked a little bit about it, and they were nice. Didn't really care for the place, however. It was very, very weird. It was like a mixology bar. Hi, can I have a whiskey thing? Yeah, sure, my dude. Here, let me get you a Frisco, okay? It's like a whiskey sour on fresh Appalachian ice, my dude. Check it out. Okay. Like, you get there and they're like, okay, this is a mixology bar, so we encourage you to experiment. It's like, I don't know what I want. Just give me a fucking, like, give me a scotch. All right, yeah, you're into scotch? All right, check it out. Scotch with amaretto, right? Totally balances out the flavor. Smoky against woodland. Then we're going to throw it on a little bit of goat testicle, right? And then we're going to add a little bit of sugar and then a whiskey sour on top of it, my dude. Great. And then you get the drink and it tastes like fucking hot fire bullshit. The really not my type of place, because like you just ask for a thing and then it turns into like another thing. It's a conversation. But then eventually I did get a good drink, my dudes, and I got just a scotch, a really expensive scotch. Justin from Silvermania, who can drink, my friends. Actually a really nice, pleasant dude in person. Well, pleasant isn't the word. Hilarious is the word. He is fucking hilarious is what he is. But yeah, he was cool. He recommended the scotch. He was like, just getting the scotch. He was like, listen, they're paying for this. I'm getting the scotch and I'm going to keep getting the scotch. And so I got the scotch and it tasted like bacon. It had a very bacony aftertaste. It's very bacony and, it was good. It was meaty. He said it was meaty and I had it and, got a little drunk that night. Went to a few other places that night, but nothing, just mainly the YouTube thing. It kind of, it was just packed. It's like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. They were nice. No one that I spoke to or saw was outright not nice. However, everyone at this fucking party was Minecraft that I could see. That wasn't with the Screenwave people, like, the Living Tombstone and Mike Matei and everyone. Nice people, but they just play Minecraft, and they have various forms of Minecraft channels. And it was pretty intense. But Minecraft is still fucking massive. And that is how you do it. So yeah, pretty intense. I'll let you figure out how you feel about that. I had no real problems because I was kind of too drunk to give a shit. And I just ended up talking to, Tombstone and Justin and Mike and Ryan and Paul and people from my network, and they were nice. And we had a good drunken time while I had little meatballs made of mashed potatoes and weirdness. And it was like they came around with appetizers. It was like, here's a pork bullshit with a little bit of carrot risotto on top or whatever. And it's like, okay, I'm hungry. Is this dinner? Nope, just this. Okay. And then like 15 minutes later, hey, would you like to try a chickpea flatbread puree with a topping of a fucking zesty, oh God, oh, it's beautiful. It's like a sriracha fucking combination with a little bit of zest and beans. Fucking beautiful. God. Oh, Lord. It's like, yep. All right. So I did that, and I was very hungry that night. I was very hungry, but that was the parties, and you know, I'm kind of like, believe it or not, I'm still kind of an observer to this world. It's kind of interesting to me. Like, I don't really feel like I like it. I mean, it's nice to talk to people and everything, but I still, you know, it's me. So I go there and I just kind of watch and I observe a little bit, and I stick to the people I have stuff in common with, and you know, I get a little. Listen, this PAX stuff is fun. It's just you go and you know what to expect. It's like, here's some new games, here's some cool stuff. You have a good time. You know, your back hurts. Well, if you're me, your back hurts because I carry around a fucking book bag full of kazoos the whole goddamn time. And yeah, it's good. I have a good time at PAX, and I like getting to talk to people and hang out with people I like, and you know, my friends and everything. But I also, when it's over, man, I am so happy to be back. You know. But I mean, you might feel different depending on you know, your perspective. I'll show you a little bit of this is where I was. Some of you that I met maybe were at this booth. There's Use Your Words from Brent. I actually played that. And that's good. There's Brent. I think Spooky. And there's some other stuff too. Oh, probably the best probably the best thing to pan down to ever. He wasn't there. James was not there. James was not there. Oh, well, my hand is shaky, but also this camera has no... I mean, it's not that my hand is even that shaky, it's just there's no stabilization on this camera. That's pretty much all the footage I have, I think. Let's see, I think this is me teaching Jeff how to operate the camera. Look at this. I don't even remember this happening. Like, when did this happen? It's just Jeff taking like footage of me. What are you doing, Jeff? Why are you doing this? What? Why'd you do that? How is that in any way, shape, or form interesting footage? I guess he was just learning how to use the, because he filmed the thing. I did a Newegg thing. I'll tell you about it in a sec. Here's people watching. So if you're gonna film, just point the camera towards the bathroom. That's where you get the real good smells and the people watching, you know? Good job, Jeff. Best camera guy. No, he did a pretty good job actually, but it's just mostly like, here, I'll show you a little thing. Like, here's something that you might find interesting briefly, which Newegg invited me to a little technological demonstration here of an eye tracking laptop, which I thought was pretty cool. There's a little bit of lag, but I could see the potential for this. You basically lock on and look around, and then you shoot with the space bar. Yeah, so here I am talking about it. Pretty interesting stuff. I enjoyed that. And then the other thing was just me doing VR, which is, you know, the usual. It's just VR. It's the future. It is the future of video games. It is looking around without any kind of physical input. Yes. Here, let me show you this. Check this out. Oh yeah, VR is over. Wow. Look at how good of a time I had. You can see I'm all like tuckered out. It was just playing that space pirate game. That's it. Just me playing Space Pirates. The game. I felt like I was drunk coming out of VR, entering meat space again. But yeah, it was overall it was a good demonstration. Newegg, they gave us notebooks, which is again kind of weird because you have Newegg. Here's this like technology enterprise where they ship you computers, computer parts, etc., games, and then they're giving away notebooks for people that check out their tech. So that was a thing. What else? I'm sure there's more things that happened. The financial district was dead Saturday, Sunday. Found out that that's just how it is there. Couldn't get any food. What else? Snake Pass looks cool. I watched that for a while. I met a bunch of people. If you have a photo that you and I took together at PAX, feel free to tweet it to me. Because I wouldn't mind that. Ran out of kazoos very quickly. First day they went quick, and then I had a few more. Second day, early, gone. I said this last time, but I'm continuously surprised at how many people actually want to come and meet me at these fucking conventions. And it also surprises others, too. Mike Matei said that he was like, you have a great fan base. He was like, I'm surprised at how cool everyone is. And honestly, it's true. Like, for the most part, like, aside from the one dude who was upset I didn't notice him in chat, and aside from the other person who like wrote a quote for me that I didn't know, I felt really bad. My memory, like I said, is that of a goldfish. I did end up meeting a lot of good people. And, obviously you can't type in this chat very much. I see someone who's like, I'm out. Just now, I looked at the chat. He's like, yeah, I'm out later, meme chat. Like, what the fuck do you expect from 4,000 people chatting? 3,000 people? It's like, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it is. Sorry. It sucks. But in person, a one-on-one, I had no problems. Everyone was cool. Everyone respected, I said this the other day, my personal space! And everyone gave me plenty of chances to, chill. And like, I got a chance to relax from time to time. I ended up signing people's stuff that I felt bad signing. I signed someone's Switch. I was like, why? But that was their choice. Someone gave me a shitty game. Someone tried to give me the Bullet plushie that I had bought already. I thought that was really nice. Some art. And yeah, I just gave out some pins and kazoos until I didn't have any more. As I said yesterday, by the time it's like, I've made it through like 30, 40 people talking to them. People just start blending into one another. And I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, first the conversation is a little substantial. But by the end of like, say 20, 30 people, let's say 20, 30, it's just mush. Like, the words happen. And I'm like, oh, what does this mean? Is this words? So, yeah, really, really interesting phenomenon that is. I'm still not really used to it, and as I said the other day, I don't think anyone ever really should get used to it, but that's just me. However, I do appreciate the support and everyone that came out to PAX to say hello, and no one was cosplaying as me, which was bueno, and I was very pleased about that. But I did meet some really nice people, and we had some good conversations, and yeah, someone suggested that me and Imakuni do an Animal Crossing crossover stream, and that won't be tonight, but it will happen. It's gonna happen. What else happened at PAX? Let me just close this out. Well, overall, I would say that the people, like, the big people were there. There was all the big developers. There was the little developers. There was something kind of maybe not as amazing about this PAX, maybe just because I've done it a bunch of times now. Maybe it's because the weather was shit, but it was just kind of like, whatever. People were really crazy over the Switch. People were looking for free shit. There was always some crowd of people waiting to be tossed a t-shirt. And I wanted to play Zelda a lot more than I did. Even on the show floor. I actually thought about, like, propping the Switch up and people that came by to meet me just be like, hey, you want to watch the stream? But I didn't do that. And, so I'll tell you one more thing that I remember, and I'm sure there's other things that I don't fucking remember. I got a scarf from Mega 64. Rocco knew who I was. I gave him a kazoo. He gave me a scarf. I think he gave me the better thing. Sadly, kazoos and pins were all I had, but that was cool. But Think Geek, the dude, one of the dudes recognized me. He likes Vinesauce, and he gave me some Piranha Plant things. It's a puppet. It's a Piranha Plant puppet, and I'm gonna give one away. So we're gonna do a raffle. He gave me a few, and I decided that I would give one away on stream. So give me a moment here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because it is actually, I was kind of using it in most of my pictures. Let me see if I can get one of those pictures up that I have the Piranha Plant. Well, I hope these fellers don't mind me showing their picture, but you can see the Piranha Plant there. This is a fun item. You can see that. Look how fun it is. Can't you just tell? But I did actually, I did have it on for quite a bit. It was probably one of the few things that kept me sane throughout this experience. No, it was good. And here it is. It's just a dumb puppet. I don't know what you could do. Maybe you could swing your dingus. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, you know, if you want it, we'll do a quick contest for it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the PAX stories. It kind of wasn't fun, and it was kind of also fun at the same time. And I had a good time not filming like I did the previous years, and I had a good time meeting everyone. I think this was probably one of the more chill conventions when it came to meeting people. Sure, there was a kid seizing, you know, because he was trying to be funny. That's okay. And sure, there was a little bit of weirdness here and there, but there always is at these conventions. I'm weird, you know, and I had a good time, and I look forward to next year's PAX if it's in April, and if not, then fuck everything. Let me show you one final clip. One last clip. Now this is truly the best clip of the entire convention. Esports merch! Esports merch! Esports merch! Check it out! If I have more stories, I'll tell you during my streams. I'm sure I'll remember stuff over the next 2 weeks. Okay, stick around. I'll be back with very late Animal Crossing, which it might not even be worth streaming Animal Crossing at 2 a.m. I might pass on that, actually. We'll see. I'm going to think about it a little bit. It's either going to be Animal Crossing or Spectre Night. We'll see what happens. I will be right back, and I will make a decision.